Hello folks, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 releases on October 21st, and between now and then, I'll be releasing a series of videos detailing absolutely everything you'll want to know before diving in. These series do tend to be quite well received, so rest assured you're in very good hands, and for today's video, we're breaking down all editions of the game, and which, if any, are best for yourself. Right off the bat, there have been multiple different pre-order and or deluxe/premium bundles so far. However, only one of them is valid, as these others are outdated for multiple reasons. You may have seen some regarding a pistol, sword, outfits that look like Blade, etc. However, these are quite old, and due to the game having changed developers since, these do no longer exist. This also goes for anything else outside of what you see on screen right now. Up to just a week or so ago, the developers had locked 2 of the 6 playable classes behind a premium upgrade. However, they have since reversed this decision, and now all 6 classes will be playable for everyone for free at launch. Beyond this, we have 3 versions of the game available, those being the base, deluxe, and premium editions, as well as a pre-order reward, which can be gained by ordering any of these editions. The reward itself is a jukebox/jukebox skin that you can decorate your safe haven with in-game, so make of that what you will. The base version is 50 Great British Pounds or $60 US and comes with no additional extras. The deluxe edition is 60 Great British Pounds or 75 USD and comes with the Santa Monica Memories cosmetic pack, which has the following description. Lets you relive the nostalgia of the original Bloodlines. To decorate your home, this cosmetic pack features iconic items, including a stop sign, Ankaran sarcophagus, and Voemon portrait. Additionally, with Santa Monica Memories, your haven will be adorned with a clan neon sign each time you complete the game as a new clan. And then the premium edition is 75 Great British Pounds or 90 USD and also comes with the Santa Monica Memories pack, as well as the Loose Cannon and the Flower and the Flame story expansions, which have the following descriptions. For the Loose Cannon, we have Benny Muldoon, Sheriff of the Court, Enforcer of the Prince's Word, Agent of Destruction, Eradicator of the Thin-Blooded. To Benny, might is right, he is the whole of the law, and the streets of Seattle are his to hold. The kindred of Seattle call him Prince Campbell's attack dog. What happens when the leash that holds him finally snaps? Experience Seattle's underworld through Sheriff Benny's brutal perspective in this story pack. Contains new playable content, combat mechanics, and fire outfit. And then for the Flower and the Flame, her art skirts the boundaries of life, of undeath, of blood, and of the social mores of kindred society. But she still burns for that glorious moment of transcendence when her mastery will shape a work that echoes through eternity. For this, she will become a legend. However, every masterpiece needs a canvas, and there is much work to be done. Experience Isabella's dark artistic journey as she seeks to create her magnum opus in this story pack. Contains new playable content, combat mechanics, and fire outfit. So the main differences between the deluxe and premium editions are these 2 story expansions, which will absolutely be for sale at a later date. So I wouldn't advise anyone to rush ahead and purchase the premium edition just yet, especially given the circumstances surrounding these editions currently. Overall, things do not look great from a consumer perspective, and even without these issues, I'd still be hard-pressed to drop 75 Great British Pounds on a premium edition that offers nothing more than a handful of base cosmetics. And it should really just be looked at as an option for really passionate fans instead. With that said, the issues I was referring to would be the previous exclusion of 2 classes from the base version of the game. Up to a few weeks ago, this was the setup for the editions. As you can see, not even the deluxe edition has any of the 2 locked classes, and these were only for the premium edition. Not to mention the listing here is bloated beyond belief, as the 4 outfits and discipline training are already key mechanics within the game, and not some additional features that you wouldn't miss otherwise. So the overall layout and framing of the editions is very deceiving, and also very transparent. As we can all see, these were simply locked to try and entice players to buy the more expensive version. It's pretty shameful and doesn't start any of us off on very good footing, but of course the devs have since walked this back and replaced these bonuses with the before mentioned story expansions, which were likely in the works to some degree, but have now been revealed in order to save some face. None of this is to even mention how some players ordered their copies as far back as around 2021, and since then, what they actually paid for has changed shape more than an indecisive werewolf. With all of this in mind, my best advice would be to proceed with caution. Promises have been broken more than once here, and whether that's a direct fault of the developer/publisher or not, these bonuses and or conditions could very well change moving forward. That said, it's likely these 2 story expansions could be quite pricey in the future, so if you are quite convinced you are going to enjoy yourself, they may be a worthy investment. And there's also some room for further issues, which could result in some of these bonuses being made free for certain edition owners, only to be replaced with even more additional content. At this point, who knows? So, in a nutshell, the Deluxe Edition has some cosmetics for your safe haven, as does the Premium Edition, and the only differences between the two editions would be the 2-story expansions. Beyond this, pre-ordering any version of the game will reward the jukebox skin too, but outside of cosmetics and future content, the base game does have absolutely everything you need from a gameplay perspective. Anyway, that would be it for this one, folks. I will be back over the coming days with plenty more Bloodlines 2, and I do, of course, have a range of guide and news videos on the channel already, so do feel free to stop on by and check things out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, folks, and until next time, peace.